Devin, your thoughts? Your thoughts, Devin?
What do you want me to say? He beat him easy.
Upset of a lifetime?
Nah, it wasn't an upset. The people that really know boxing knew that it was a good fight.
Yeah.
It depended on what kind of fight that Bud fought. And he fought the fight that he needed to fight to win. Is that how you expect it to go?
You want to see a rematch, Devin, or you think it was pretty clean?
Honestly, I know it's a lot of money in the rematch, but I want Bud to retire. He accomplished everything in boxing already. He made a lot of money. He should go spend time with his family and have some fun.
What's next?
Bud fight. Amazing stuff by Bud, right?
Yep.
How'd you see it?
I seen how they judged it. It was a good fight.
Yeah, what are your, emotions, impressions of everything?
Hell of a jump, man. I'm happy for him. Super excited for him, man.
Yeah.
Shit was a hell of a night for us. What's up, bro? Yes, sir.
What do you think made the difference?
The speed, really.
Yeah.
I think it was the main factor. Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so
yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
I told you. What did you just watch? I only speak the facts. I told you. What did you just watch? I only speak the facts.
Thank you, GOAT, because you are the GOAT of this era. Terence Bud Crawford.
Tia, what'd you think, man?
What I think, I was right. I think I called it right, but I just said that he will edge it.
Yeah.
Nah, but he really showed out.
Yeah.
I was right though.
You said that Canelo's feet were very heavy, bro. In this fight, they look super heavy, bro. His feet, like I've never seen them like that, bro.
You just start seeing a fighter gradually start decreasing.
Yeah.
You see the other one resting long period of time, but that didn't give him an issue.
Bro, the word the fans are gonna use, oh, he was washed, but where's he at in terms of his prime? How can you gauge it?
Doesn't matter. We saw a great fight tonight. Did we not? That's all that matters. Two guys risked it, and the better man won tonight. That was Crawford.
Terence got it right. Is there no need for a rematch, or do you want to see running back? Because it was pretty good, like you said.
No, it was pretty. Yeah, it was really good actually.
Yeah.
So it's up to the Jam. He's a Jam. He can do whatever he wants.
Champ, what do you make of the frustration? We saw in the 8th round, it looked like Canelo Alvarez almost wanted to walk off at one point.
Yeah, I mean, he was frustrated, and it is frustrating to try and fight a guy, and you want to fight, but this guy's moving well, and Crawford was moving too well.
What's next for Canelo?
Holiday.
Shab, you called it. You said Bud was gonna pull it off, man. He did that.
I told you, easy work. He almost got the 11-round stoppage.
Yeah.
I told y'all he is the monster.
Yeah.
Listen, man, Canelo's a good fighter, man.
Yeah.
But he made the fight look normal, guys.
Yeah.
He made it look normal. Canelo left out of face with the cherry red face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bud didn't have a mark on him.
Comparable to Floyd's. That was impressive on its own. I've different fighters, different performance, but it's up there.
There's nobody that's ever done what Bud just done to Canelo. Alvarez. Come on, man.
He stepped a little more to Canelo than Floyd, right?
Nobody's ever hit Canelo like that before, ever.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Where's Canelo at, man? That was a tough loss, I would imagine.
Canelo's still great, man. Listen, man, he got to just go back to the drawing board, put it all back together, and just take another shot at it.
All right, Steven, what's your reaction to the victory? Terence Crawford was sensational. What's your reaction?
not surprised. I'm picking the win by decision coming in this fight. Watching Canelo, seeing his career, suspected he wasn't going to get knocked out, especially by the smaller man. But did Crawford have enough power and boxing skill to keep Canelo off of him to some degree? For the most part, that answer was yes. But then he stepped in there and he exchanged back and forth on several occasions and survived and prospered. And I got to give credit where credit is due. I picked him to win by decision, but I never expected. I expected the boxing superiority. What I didn't expect was for him to stand there and exchange and survive. And he did that on several occasions, and that's why Crawford deserves.
I feel great to share the ring with great fighters like him, and I'm glad to be here. I already did a lot in boxing. I already accomplished a lot in boxing. My legacy is already there, and I am still taking risks because I love boxing.
Now that the dust has settled on the Canelo versus Crawford super fight, it's worth looking back at what UFC analysts had predicted beforehand. From detailed technical breakdowns to bold gut feelings, several big names weighed in, each confident in their vision of how the clash would unfold. Michael Bisping, in particular, zeroed in on the weight jump. He acknowledged Crawford's undeniable skill set, but argued that moving up 2 full divisions could pose serious problems. In Bisping's view, Canelo's natural size and strength would become a decisive factor, especially in the later rounds.
Much more experience, of course. His resume is stacked, and he's fought some of the best from 154 all the way up to 175. People like Triple G, 3 times, Amir Khan, Floyd Mayweather, Daniel Jacobs, Miguel Cotto, to name but a few. But his home has always been at 168 pounds. Canelo is unbeaten at super middleweight and only losing twice in his whole career versus Dimitri Bivol at light heavyweight in 2022 and Floyd Mayweather years ago, 2013, at 154 pounds. Funnily enough, 154 pounds is the highest weight that Crawford has come.
Bisping noted that Crawford's speed and footwork could help him manage distance early on. But he stressed that movement alone wouldn't be enough to secure victory. At some point, Crawford would be forced to stand his ground, and that, Bisping believed, was where Canelo's power and durability would tilt the fight in his favor.
Use that jab, the double jab, comes in with the right hand, okay? Massive punching power, beautiful body work as well. In this fight, Crawford is going to have to use the footwork. He's going to have to dance around, let Canelo Alvarez come to him. And that's what he does. That's his style. He's got beautiful footwork. He's going to wait for Canelo to chase him down, and he's going to look for Canelo to make mistakes. He's going to look for Canelo to overexpose, to get frustrated, to wing in some wild shots. And when he throws and he gets a little reckless, leaves the opening, that's where Crawford's going to step in. But that's a hard thing to do for 12 rounds, to dance around, to stay away, to be on your bike, to circle, to fight with a ridiculous high IQ.
For Bisping, the debate was never about Crawford's talent. Instead, it was about whether Crawford's frame could withstand constant pressure over 12 rounds. Having seen countless examples in boxing history where the naturally bigger man eventually took control, Bisping leaned heavily on that logic when making his prediction.
Up and dancing around all the time. Now, when we look at some of the takes from the fans online, here's what they had to say on Reddit. Crawford jumping from 154 to 168 is too big of a leap against a proven super middleweight. This is Canelo's home weight class, and that's a great point. Canelo is established at 168. He's beaten men moving up before. Remember, Amir Khan at 155 at catchweight, Jermel Charlo at 154, moving to 168, and he owns wins as high as 175 over Sergey Kovalev, and he lost to Bivol, of course, for the undisputed. Canelo's size, years at 168, and a deeper resume make him the clear favorite.
While Bisping emphasized size and strength, Demetrius Johnson focused more on technique. He praised Crawford's footwork, calling it special, the kind that allowed him to control distance without burning unnecessary energy. Johnson pointed out how Crawford was always shifting, never staying static, and rarely offering opponents a clean target.
Wow. Okay, so right now, I'm not watching what he's doing this hand. That guy's face. He does a good job of always sneaking himself to that right, to the outside of the...
Johnson broke down one of Crawford's favorite tactics, stepping outside his opponent's lead. It sounded simple, but he explained that this move opened up huge opportunities, especially for a southpaw like Crawford. If Crawford could keep using that against Canelo, Johnson believed he would constantly force Canelo to reset, making it difficult for him to plant his feet and throw his trademark power shots.
Look at that footing right there. Is he at? this is why he's probably one of the best in the world, right? These are small, subtle things, right? Okay, watch. Okay, his footing's on the outside, right? But when you're playing this game, you got to draw him in, and then you also got to draw yourself in there to think that he's safe to be able to counter him, right? Okay, watch the footing right here. Watch this foot battle. Okay, Crawford's on the outside. Okay, he pulls out. He's still on the outside. Now look what he does. A big step. Now his power is lined up. He's going to win the exchange.
Johnson also highlighted Crawford's ability to exploit angles with precision. He noted that Crawford didn't just throw his left hand wildly. He set traps, baited opponents into reaching, and then countered with sharp accuracy. Against an aggressive fighter like Canelo, Johnson felt those adjustments could completely shift the rhythm of the fight.
Just gonna close it out right here, boys. Boy. Yeah. Damn. So one thing we can expect every single time, each time he hurts the person, he'll come out and it's like maybe 30 seconds left in the round, he's going to close out the show. He's going to try to close out the show. So if he's able to hurt Canelo Alvarez, he's going to try to close out the show.
Johnson added that if Crawford managed to hurt Canelo, he would almost certainly push to finish the fight. Still, he acknowledged that Canelo carried the bigger name. Casual fans, Johnson said, were always going to side with the superstar. But when it came strictly to skill, he leaned toward Crawford. He praised Crawford's unbeaten record and his ability to close the show and admitted he was fascinated to see whether technique could ultimately overcome size.
I've seen Terence Crawford fight here and there, but I feel like he hasn't, this is coming from me where I don't follow boxing that much, but I feel like this man, I feel like people know Canelo more than Terence, right? If I go out there and I talk to random people on the street, they're like, oh yeah, I know Canelo Alvarez, you know, the Mexican guy who always fights on Cinco de Mayo, which is a very, very big, popular day for boxers to fight. But man, this guy right here, whew, I cannot wait. 40 and...
After Johnson's technical breakdown, Oscar de la Hoya offered a more balanced perspective. He admitted the energy surrounding the fight was electric, but he couldn't overlook the steep challenges Crawford faced. Jumping 2 weight classes after a layoff, in de la Hoya's eyes, handed Canelo a significant advantage. He noted that Canelo could easily step into the ring weighing close to 190 pounds. Combined with Canelo's trademark pressure, de la Hoya believed the middle rounds, particularly 7 through 10, were the danger zone, where Canelo's power could break through and potentially end the fight.
Here in Vegas, the electricity is in the air. So look, even though these guys are combined almost 80 years old, it should be a good fight. And let me tell you why. Crawford is coming up 2 weight classes and he's coming off a year's layoff. So that's a huge advantage for Canelo. If Canelo forces his will on him, he'll probably be 190 pounds inside the ring on fight night. I give him a great shot in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th round to knock out Crawford. If he doesn't do that, then Crawford is going to box his ear.
At the same time, de la Hoya recognized that Crawford had the tools to flip the script. He drew comparisons to Mayweather's performance against Canelo, explaining that if Crawford boxed with perfection, using his footwork and high ring IQ, he could make Canelo look flat-footed and frustrated. De la Hoya reminded fans that the fighters who gave Canelo trouble in the past were slick movers, like Erislandy Lara and Dmitry Bivol. In his view, Canelo had always struggled with pure boxers because of his heavy-footed style. That's why, de la Hoya concluded, Crawford's discipline and patience would be the true deciding factors.
Might be another Mayweather versus Canelo. Remember when Mayweather was just schooling him and making him look silly? That can happen again this Saturday. So everything has to be perfect for Crawford. He has to use his footwork. He has to use his speed, his combinations, his ring IQ. He has to stay disciplined. And Canelo, all he has to do is take Crawford's punches. But he cannot be comfortable inside the ring, because if Canelo's comfortable, 12 rounds will go by fast. I mean, you take a look at the fighters that have made Canelo look bad. You have Bivol, you have Lara, you have the Cuban kid. I'm not sure what his name is, but he ran all night. You have Mayweather, who made him look silly. Canelo cannot handle boxers. That's the bottom line, because he's too heavy.
In the end, de la Hoya outlined 2 clear scenarios. If the fight went the distance, he leaned toward Crawford, edging out a close decision. But if Crawford got caught standing and trading, De La Hoya predicted a late knockout for Canelo, somewhere between rounds 7 and 10.
But Crawford, his downfall can be his heart. His downfall can be, you know, his abilities to stand in there with you and trade punches. Because if you get caught by Canelo's punch, you're going down. You're going to get knocked out. So this fight, I have it a close decision for Crawford if it goes to decision, and late knockout.
After De La Hoya's split view, Keith Thurman weighed in with a different tone. He acknowledged that many doubted Crawford because of the big jump in weight, but for him, the real question was preparation. Thurman believed the outcome hinged less on size and more on strategy, discipline, and whether Crawford's skills could truly rise to the challenge.
You know, the reason why I said that is because, you know, it's so easy to doubt. It's so easy to say, this is impossible. Thurman can't beat that guy. Crawford can't beat that guy. You know, it's easy. It's the first thing that comes to a lot of people's minds. But for me, it's about the preparation. It's about the game plan. It's about the strategy. And of course,
Thurman also emphasized the magnitude of Crawford's move. He admitted some fans saw it as a money grab, but in his eyes, it was about legacy. By jumping up 2 full weight classes, Crawford was taking on the toughest challenge possible, willing to risk everything in order to prove himself against the very best.
Overall skill set. But to say that Crawford does not possess a skill set that may be capable, you got to keep a little bit of an open mind, people. You know, we've never seen this. You know, he's moving up really fast, lots of weight classes. He's jumping double weight classes to make this fight happen. You know, there's a lot of money on the table. It's so easy to say, oh, he's doing it for the money. He might be. But wait, what if he's doing it for legacy?
Thurman drew a comparison to Mayweather's fight with Canelo, reminding fans that Floyd used a catchweight to gain an edge. He emphasized that Crawford hadn't asked for any such advantages. Instead, Crawford stepped directly into Canelo's world on Canelo's terms, a decision that, to Thurman, showed just how much respect Crawford deserved for his mentality.